Yo, Sanjay Uchiha here, people, giving you my review on Dragon Ball Super Episode 71. Um, it's the first of the two-part hits. I guess you could call it a super mini arc. Well, it's not even really an arc at all, really and truly. But just my general impressions are I guess, of this episode. It was kind of cool. There was kind of like this air of suspense and all right, no, just getting into it. So we kind of start off the episode with basically what happens at the end of the episode. So they actually shows the scene of Hit killing Goku, and then the rest of the episode is basically a flashback of how we actually get to that point. I don't really recall there being any point in Dragon Ball that's actually executed an episode like this, so it was kind of interesting. Um, so through the flashback, we get to see that Goku, he's acting weird, and it's ranging from different places. While he's at home, while he's out in public, while he's around his family. So he's basically feeling uneasy because he's basically come to the conclusion that someone's out to kill him, and obviously that someone's hit. But this is one of my problems for this episode is that how does Goku come to the conclusion that someone's out to kill him? Is it that he senses the person's killing intent? Is that we get no build up to it? So it kind of comes off as odd and just I don't know. It just came off as awkward. Kind of feels like a negative that takes away from the episode for me. Um, Especially because later in the episode we get to see that Hit isn't in Universe 7 as of yet. He's still in Universe 6. So for Goku to be on edge already before he gets there, that's a bit weird to say the least. But I go on. So we get these scenes of Goku basically going around the city, searching, basically searching for this person he claims is there to kill him, while his family, Chi, Gohan, Goten, they're concerned. So we get these scenes of basically Gohan and Goten trailing Goku throughout town as he basically carries out his little chores or shopping duties. And one scene I actually loved this episode was when Gohan and Goten were trailing him. Gohan puts on the Great Saiyaman suit, and he actually has one for Goten. And we get this kind of funny scene of Goten basically saying he just wants the shades, he doesn't want the costume because it looks lame. And then Gohan just remarks that, he didn't say that at first back in the day. So that's kind of interesting to note. It might seem like a little comedy. It was funny, but it can be an indication that probably, because at this point, really and truly, Goten should be about what, 12, 13, considering we're at least 6 years in past when Goku killed Kid Buu. So yeah, about 12 or 13. So I guess that's kind of like a mental indication of that. Who knows? But yeah, so while all of this is going on, Vegeta's actually training over on Beerus's planet with Whis, of course, and um, apparently Beerus is I wouldn't say freaking out, but he's wondering why Goku hasn't been coming to train with Whis as of late. So apparently Beerus is anticipating Zen to start the tournament anytime soon, so he just wants to make sure that Universe 7's lead fighter is up and prepared to please the Omni King, of course. So I know it's interesting to know that because we can see at this point it's actually Beerus saying that Goku's the lead fighter for Universe 7. It's kind of Vegeta's not doesn't look too happy about that, and really and truly, I'm surprised he didn't react differently. He kind of humbled himself and just asked Whis if he knew anything about Goku's training. Of course, Whis claims he doesn't know, but it's nice to see that Vegeta continues to train and improve himself. But even though Vegeta should be stronger than Goku, but those power scaling problems from the Goku Black Arc, it's ridiculous. So we go back to Earth, where Gohan has basically invited Goku over, and it's really at this point, like eventually in these scenes here, that Goku lets Gohan and Goten know that someone's out to kill him, and we eventually switch over to Universe 6, where Hit is carrying out his current assassination attempt, which he succeeds, kind of getting past security, cool with his time skip technique. And it's at this point, initially, when he actually carries out the assassination, that we see him perform this new technique. I'm not sure what it is. And it was interesting to note that within his time skip, it seems that he's improved it drastically since the tournament. He seems to be able to allow a person to talk within his time skip, like I guess unfreeze a particular person, because the mob boss that he actually assassinated, he froze time and then he allowed him to talk. So I'm guessing Hit is improved to the point where he can selectively unfreeze something within his time skip, which is kind of cool. And we kind of get this grayscale to indicate that. It's interesting. So it's after this that we find out that its new target is apparently Goku. Now we don't know who's hired Hit as of yet. We do know, I don't think I covered it, but it has been revealed that Vados, Whis' sister, even though she's not the one who hired Hit, she's acting as a client for the person that's put the assassination hit on Goku. So that's interesting to note. In terms of who could have possibly be who, sorry about that. In terms of who the clan could possibly be, I don't know. I'm kind of theorizing it's probably. It'd be crazy to say Zeno, but I'm kind of theorizing that. And the reason is that I think if it's not Zeno, it's someone in the God hierarchy, probably to test Goku. But it kind of felt like we knew something about the current situation, so that was something as well. It could be indicative of something there, but So after that, Goku like definitely senses Hit is in Universe 7, and he makes his way out to the wasteland where he goes on to transform into Super Saiyan Blue, and eventually Hit shows himself. And they have a little scuffle where Hit basically showcases a new technique because he doesn't even bother using his time skip. He just does this thing where Goku attacks and he becomes like Goku's just phased through him, like he's intangible, kind of like Obito in Naruto. So that was kind of interesting. And he does the same thing that he did against that mob boss, and basically he punches. It's kind of like an ear strike. I'm not sure exactly, and then it just pierces Goku like through the chest essentially, and Goku fires a ki blast up. Gohan, Goten, and Piccolo come and find him dead essentially. His heart stopped. And that's where the episode ends. He basically fades away. Like I guess he just hides his presence, but he's still there. And of course, he he comments that he'll come back. He'll come back when they actually make Goku's grave. So that's where the episode ends. It's an okay episode. It's kind of cool, I must say. One thing I loved about this episode, and I think objectively speaking, what's good about it as well, was when they transitioned to Universe 6, and the whole tone and mood that was set in those scenes in that city with the rain and the music there, it almost felt non-Dragon Ball ish in a good way. It was really cool to see. It kind of added to, because the thing is, episodes like these, Um, for some viewers, it may seem like it's dragging on, but I think, especially what was, as I said, for that scene in Universe 6, the music and the scene itself kind of set the tone. Um, it kind of added this kind of feeling of suspense, like what's gonna happen. Like yeah, yeah. So that was definitely a plus. Um, but as I said, the negative for the about the episode for me was when in the beginning, how Goku just it's like out of nowhere, the episode just makes Goku like for some reason feel like someone's out to kill him, and it was just strange since Hit wasn't even in universe yet. It's a case where like if Hit was actually there all this time and he was masking his presence and Goku could kind of feel his killing intent, then fine. But that wasn't the case, and I just found it to be stupid, honestly. But all in all, it was an okay episode. It wasn't too bad. Um, in terms of, it's obvious to me because I was kind of concerned about the power scaling for these hit episodes. You know, apparently just be two, but it's kind of implied that Hit himself has improved drastically since the tournament. So that's good to know. Um, but based on next episode's preview, though, even though I'm looking forward to the fight, Goku will somehow come back. Somehow, not which back, but I don't know. We'll see. But one thing that has me concerned, the animation for next week doesn't look good at all. Like, yeah, they may be saving the budget, but I'm interested to know based on the preview that Beerus will be coming in. So, eh, eh. Sorry if I sound a bit tired, guys. I'm actually doing this review like early in the morning before bed. So by the time I upload this, it'll be probably after I get back up. But if you watch episode, let me know what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe for more Dragon Ball reviews. If you haven't seen the news release yet, you should check out my other videos regarding the upcoming Universal Survival arc and the recent news blowouts where Naruto is concerned as well. Of course, I'll probably link them at the end of this video. But let me know what you think. This is Sanjay Uchia, and I'll see you in the next one.